when my son yelled, "You will either do what my wife says or pack up and leave this house." I didn't lash out in fury. Instead, I nodded, calmly grabbed my duffel bag, and walked out, abandoning the home I'd funded with decades of hard work and sacrifice. He expected me to cave and beg as I always had. But this time, the script had flipped. 10 days later, my phone showed 28 missed calls, and that was just the beginning of my strategy. They would come to rue their cruelty and entitlement. Before we dive deeper, please hit subscribe on the channel and drop a comment letting us know your location. My keys felt heavy in my pocket as I nudged open the front door, shopping bags digging into my forearms. The late afternoon sunlight streamed through the den's blinds, bathing the room in that gentle autumn haze that typically lifted my spirits. Not this afternoon. Jason was lounged out in my favorite armchair, the one Elena had picked out for me before the illness claimed her. His boots were kicked up casually, a nearly drained soda can balanced precariously in his grip. The TV controller lay across his lap, as if he ruled the roost, which I guess he believed he did, the arrogant fool. He barely glanced away from the football match, muttering, "Grab me another soda from the kitchen since you're standing there." I placed the bags down deliberately, sensing the heft of the canned goods and fresh produce. The nylon straps had etched pink lines into my skin. "Pardon?" "You heard me." Jason's gaze remained glued to the screen. "Cola not that bargain brand you prefer." A chill gripped my gut. I'd picked up those colas just for him dipping into my pension funds for drinks I'd never sip. "Jason, I've only just gotten back. These need unpacking first." Now he turned, his features twisting into that well-worn look of exasperation, as if I were the one being obstinate. "Why make a fuss? You're right there. I'm settled in." "The fuss is this is my home." Jason's boots slammed to the ground. He rose deliberately, towering over me with his build. At 32, he was sturdier than I, more imposing, but I'd navigated stubborn folks long before his birth. "Your home. That's rich, seeing as my wife and I reside here. We cover the expenses with my earnings. Details." He advanced, soda still clutched. "Listen, Robert, we can handle this smoothly or roughly. Want to stay here without drama? You cooperate. Easy." The back door creaked open. Sarah emerged, her dark hair tied in a loose bun, a tea towel clutched in her fingers. She surveyed the standoff, Jason looming over me, the air thick with strain. "What's happening here?" Her tone echoed the caution I'd known from her adolescent days. "Your dad's being stubborn," Jason replied, eyes locked on mine. "I requested a soda, and he's turning it into a major ordeal." Sarah regarded me with that disappointed stare like I was a misbehaving kid. "Dad, just fetch him the soda. It's not worth the argument." But Jason pressed on, inching nearer until I caught the fizz on his breath. "See, Robert, this is the deal. You stay in our home. You pitch in. So when I tell you to do something, you do it. No backtalk, no resistance." "Our home," I maintained an even tone despite my pulse racing. "Exactly." Sarah positioned herself next to her husband, forming a solid barrier. "Dad, make your choice now. Either support Jason and follow through, or gather your belongings and go." The ultimatum lingered like a heavy fog. I gazed at my son, seeking any trace of the boy who'd once snuggled against me during rainstorms. He met my eyes with Jason's identical smug glare. "Fine," I murmured. Jason grinned, convinced of his victory. "Smart. Now that's soda." "I'll gather my things." The grin faded. Sarah's jaw slackened as if she'd anticipated my collapse, my apology, my retreat to the kitchen like a whipped pup. I pivoted toward the corridor, abandoning the bags where they lay. From behind, Jason's sharp gasp reached me. Sarah's hushed, "Dad, hold on." But I was striding to my room, my steps firm on the carpet Elena and I had chosen together 25 years prior, its fibers worn from years of family life. The duffel bag tumbled from the wardrobe top with a muffled thud. I'd acquired it for our anniversary trip to the coast when Elena was vibrant and our horizon seemed boundless. Now it yawned vacant on the comforter, poised to engulf the remnants of my existence here. I packed systematically: undergarments, socks, 4 outfits. Not all merely sufficient. From the den drifted urgent mutters, Jason's pitch spiking above Sarah's gentler cadence. They were strategizing, puzzling over the elderly man's sudden defiance. My fingers operated on autopilot, creasing shirts and coiling belts. Elena's portrait slipped into a side compartment cushioned in soft cloth. My pills bifocals, the compact notebook for logging bills. As I rolled the bag along the hall, their voices hushed. Jason had reclaimed his seat, yet his stance was tense, vigilant. Sarah hovered by the doorway to the kitchen, arms folded, attempting sternness but betraying her unease. No farewells from either. The engine turned over smoothly. My trusty Ford, ever dependable. I reversed from the driveway without a backward glance at the house, ignoring if they peered from the panes. The 40-minute journey to Oakwood Inn afforded reflection time. Memories surged as I cruised through the heart of Riverside. Sarah's university fees, $45,000 annually for that elite institution she'd demanded. I'd pulled double shifts at the school for 5 years straight, tutoring extra students, grading late into the night. My eyes stung recalling those endless assignments. Their nuptials tallied $30,000. Jason's kin couldn't cover their portion, so I'd footed it discreetly, avoiding any awkwardness. The venue, the decor, her gown perfection for my boy's big moment. Then the residents' $90,000 for my nest egg for their initial deposit, since young pairs required a boost. That's parental duty, I reasoned. That's what Elena would have endorsed. The recurring outflows ensued reliably. $1 and $400 for their loan, $350 for bills, $600 for food during lean times. My retirement stipend vanished into their world fragment by fragment, and I'd persuaded myself it was affection. Oakwood Inn perched on the town's fringe, a modest structure with weathered siding and a buzzing sign that pulsed unevenly. The suite was compact yet tidy, a mattress, a seat, a petite desk near the glass. I positioned my bag on the stand and sank onto the bed's rim. The quietude differed here, not the cozy stillness of home, but the vacant echo of a fleeting spot. I retrieved my device and browsed contacts, financial institutions, coverage firms, lending services, digits ingrained from 35 years in education administration. Monday loomed, but certain tasks persisted. Some outreach endured. I unfolded my tablet on the diminutive surface and accessed my digital accounts. Balances illuminated current reserves pension funds, figures embodying a lifespan of prudent saving, of foregoing minor indulgences to safeguard my kin. The pointer flickered in the query field, awaiting my next move. Monday dawned misty and subdued, mirroring my disposition ideally. I arrayed my documents over the inn desk like a tactician mapping maneuvers, financial records, policies, legal papers, all sorted, all accessible. The initial outreach targeted Riverside savings. Weekend operations were restricted, yet digital interfaces never rested. "Hello, Mr. Hayes, the operator greeted post-menu navigation. "What assistance today?" "Cancel the recurring loan transfer for 512 Elm Lane account concluding 5831. A beat. Keys tapping. "Sir, records indicate 5-year activity. Confirm discontinuation." "Absolutely." "Reason for alteration." "The occupants no longer merit my aid." Further tapping. "Understood, Mr. Hayes. Transfer halts now. Expect mail verification in 5 workdays." The follow-up was simpler. Allstate had covered their vehicles via my plan for 4 years. Jason's pickup. Sarah's sedan, $320 monthly for rides I never piloted, protection for mishaps I'd never incite. Remove 2 autos from coverage, I informed the rep. My son and daughter-in-law must secure independently. Effective when? Immediately. Credit lines demanded more time. Sarah held user status on 4 of mine Amex Discover and retail cards from the Warehouse Club. $600 each month cleared debts. I hadn't accrued buys I hadn't authorized. Mr. Hayes' user removal means their own applications, the Amex agent clarified. Existing debts stay yours, but no fresh charges. Proceed at once. Every dialogue eased a burden from my frame. 35 years in admin honed system knowledge, legalese protocols. All actions were rightful. The beneficiary shift needed forms, but I initiated. $120,000 destined for Sarah funds I'd amassed for kin security, but kin signified otherwise now. By midday 9, Outreach's loan ceased coverage, dropped cards, secured the drains on my funds sealed via courteous exchanges and reference codes. I reclined in the flimsy inn seat surveying notes, codes, dates, validations. The ledger of autonomy. My device remained mute on the surface. No alerts, no pleas. They were oblivious still. Likely until a draft failed. Until statements bore their names solely, but awareness would dawn swiftly. I sealed my tablet and approached the pane. Beyond the lot, a senior pair loaded luggage into a van, the spouse guiding with tender precision, perhaps returning from kin visits or embarking on a delayed retreat. I admired their seamless bond, the fluid dance of long habit. Elena and I shared that once our movements synchronized through years of shared joys and trials. My device vibrated. Unfamiliar digits. I ignored the ring. The days unfolded serenely for me, but evidently not them. I'd established a pattern at Oakwood Brew from reception meal at the nearby cafe, extended strolls through Riverside's serene blocks. My phone amassed ignored alerts like an unwanted archive. By Thursday, 15 voicemails. By Sunday, 28. I played them sequentially, tracing the arc from bewilderment to rage to plea. Early ones, casual Sarah querying a supposed bank glitch on the loan. Jason's curt gripes about lapsed auto coverage. Midweek alarms seeped. Dad, what's this mess? Sarah's tone fractured. Bank demands full sum by week's end or foreclosure starts. Jason's grew hostile. Robert fixed this mess immediately, folks questioning my coverage. You're branding us delinquents. Later pleas neared supplication. Sarah sobbing, vowing resolutions if I'd respond. Jason shifting, admitting overreach, desiring amends. I erased each post here, sensing mere intrigue at their mounting despair. Friday dawn brought a rap at my inn door. Peephole revealed them, Sarah in a creased blouse, Jason in labor attire, both disheveled from poor rest. I unlatched but barred entry. Dad? Sarah's rims reddened, composure splintered. We must discuss. Discuss what? Jason shoved ahead, cheeks ruddy with ire. About you sabotaging our existence over a dumb soda spat. I'm not sabotaging, merely ceasing to bankroll yours. The loan, Robert. Jason's volume climbed. You can't halt it. That's our residence. Indeed mine, my title, my commitment. You were guests. Sarah clutched Jason's sleeve as he edged nearer. Dad, please, we can resolve. Jason erred in his manner. We both did. But no alert, no dialogue. You issued the choice, I recalled. Comply with Jason or depart. Your precise phrasing. I didn't intend. You did. I eyed my son, viewing an alien in his guise. Every syllable. Yes, Jason tried composure voice, forced steady. We misspoke in heat, but our dwelling credit lives. You can't yank support abruptly. I can. I have. I began shutting. You desired my exit. I exited. Manage independently now. Dad, stop. Sarah's pitch shattered. What of kin, our shared trials? I halted, noting her frantic visage. Briefly, I recalled the lad aiding Leaf gathering in autumns, bearing wildflowers from the lawn. But that child had matured into one who'd stand idle as his spouse demeaned his father in his den. Kin flows both directions, son, I whispered. I devoted 6 years nurturing you pair. When my turn came, you picked her over me. Jason's facade fractured. You deranged old coot, you can't. Policeive volume rises. I cut. Private grounds, peace disruption. They gaped, perhaps perceiving me anew after years. Not the pliant parent and potential granddad, not the ambulatory wallet, just a man mastering refusal. Jason seized Sarah's arm. Let's go, we'll sort solo. They retreated to their vehicle, Jason's strut swapped for anxious stoop, Sarah glancing rearward like eyeing a foreigner. I observed their departure, then latched and resumed tablet work. Outreach pending accounts to seal. Untangling bonds far from complete. I craved brew and clarity. The cafe on Central Avenue had been my haven with Elena. She'd joined post-medical visits sharing cherry tart while chatting trifles. Wednesday morn saw me traversing the known 4 blocks breath-misting in brisk hill breeze. The habit-anchored post-yesterday clash. I'd reordered docs that AM scrutinizing statements and codes like a commander eyeing strategies. The cafe's chime rang entry. Steam of Joe and fry oil wove comforting veil of routine I sought. Barely in my habitual nook when a known voice hailed Robert Hayes. Good gracious. Frank Dawson stood from a ledge table periodical tucked. We'd collaborated at Riverside High for 18 years pre his district shift. Frank oversaw budgets while I handled student affairs, but shared lunches forged camaraderie. Frank, I rose for grip. Pleasant sight. Join? He settled opposite Sans wait. Heard you're at Oakwood Inn. All well. Server brought Joe pre-reply. I pondered disclosure depth. Frank reliable, yet bound professionally. Kin matter, I stated eventually. Needed distance for reflection. Frank nodded appraising. That daughter-in-law tried a sly move on us months back. My mug paused mid-lift. What move? Sought equity loan on your place, $60,000. Claimed ownership. Brought papers looking legit initially. Frank's brow furrowed. But title check. He shook. All yours, no joint, no claim. Cafe hum dimmed. My place. He asserted ownership. Yes, had docs seeming formal, but verification showed forgery. Ramifications chilled. 4 months prior, Jason plotted theft. Not crisis-born, but calculated betrayal. Reported. Denied app-flagged profile. No funds transferred so gray legally, but retained copies. Frank eyed. Unaware, I denied pondering payments, made meals where Jason griped finances while scheming robbery. Loan purpose. Frank scanned, cafe leaned. App said renovations, but town talks Jason's betting losses. Significant. How significant? Ed Ramirez might detail. Recall Detective Ramirez noted Jason's staple at Summit Ridge Casino. I recalled Ed Ramirez. We'd co-chaired school fundraisers, his son in Sarah's cohort. If Ed knew Jason's betting, likely true. Frank, thanks for sharing. I withdrew wallet for untouched Joe. Robert caution. Forger from kin might desperate further when trapped. I returned to Oakwood mind whirling. Jason's soda demand disdain now logical. Viewed me as pray-cash font for vice. Ultimatum, not dominance, sustaining theft access. In Suite, I launched tablet new file Jason Ellis proof. Frank's intel start. If Jason lied here, what else concealed courthouse shut 4:30 p.m.? 45 minutes to lodge docs, altering all. Post-meal. I motored from cafe to Willow County Courthouse, sturdy stone edifice, once daunting, now ally. Clerks on third manned by elder lady who handled eviction with crisp proficiency. Mr. Hayes aware this your son's abode? She cross-checked deed with notice. My asset. Tenants breached terms. Terms prepared oral pact demanding respect expense share, both violated. She stamped decisively. 30-day clock today. Contest hearing, else sheriff post deadline. Service timeline. Sheriff processes typically 72 hours. Thanked gathered duplicates, sensing law's might backing. No more fiscal games or coercion. All channeled properly. Next precinct. Detective Ed Ramirez's space-cramped rear-piled cabinet stained forms. Ed aged since last more silver-etched lines, but clasp strong. Robert, what draws you? It's info hunt. Frank Dawson hinted you know Jason Ellis's betting. Ed's mien turned pro. Your daughter-in-law context. Brief demand exit. Loan fraud find. Ed noted sans interrupt. Jason's known at Summit Ridge. Ed post finish. Frequent blackjack mainly. Staff say recent higher bets. Debt estimate. Varied lenders' sums. Collection complaints? Not criminal yet, but nearing. Say 25,000 total. Figures stunned. Jason resided my home, consumed my provisions, demanded deference while squandering car worth secretly. Creditors. Legit and shady. Legit impatient. Shady avoid cops. Timeline. Stalling 8 weeks. Creditors allow quarter-year pre-escalate. Jason's path shortening. Departed precinct with Jason's portrait clearer. Betting explained urgency fraud try aggression spike, not mere source soul salvation from fallout. That Duskin suite reviewed advance eviction lodge service imminent. Debt fraud confirm. Allies grasping truth. Updated file with eds to Franks. Patterns, key and admin here evident. Jason not entitled desperate, deceitful, risky. Pressure-mounted recklessness row. Prepared for sequel. Tomorrow creditor calls. Not settle his burdens, but clarify his finances, no property claim. Truth, supreme arm. Gossip spreads swift in spots like Riverside. By Tuesday time, narrative steer. First brush at market where Mrs. Wilkins from community board accosted near register. She hoarded news like knickknacks, eager dispense. Robert heard family woes, okay, pondered. Mrs. Wilkins had broadcast to score by week's end. Sarah and Jason requested my departure, so complied. Grown kids need self-handle. Brows lifted. Your own place. Best for all. But you funded education wedding aid. Leaned. Wondered how they sustained on Jason's wage. Nodded no more. Facts self-speak. Next, Hayes Supplies post-retire part-time gig. Owner Bill Novak glanced from ledgers concerned. Robert Oakwood stay issue, 4 staff circled as detailed. Reactions, swift shock. Jason's disrespect ire at years unthanked support. College full $45K yearly. Sue cashier shook. Jason bragged family wealth, said aiding your loan. Jason fibbed much, calm reply. Bill's face shadowed. Explains cash flow sans overtime. Offered shifts often. Always busy. Busy at casino, whispered Tom from Tools. Leaving store new tale town-wide soon. Riverside's web-efficient ad. Third Grace Community Church. Pastor Jenkins prepping services. Invited office, Joe Chair consoling many. Robert folks concerned. Clarify. Appreciated Jenkins straight, not gossip aid. Pastor 6 years backed son, daughter-in-law, money-wise. Weekend presence conditioned on Jason's commands. Left over that. Painful clarity. Illuminating, honest. Adore son but no servant in abode. Jenkins pondered. Love sometimes means consequence face. Shielded long. Overlong. Walk back halted at Brewhaven for PM Cup. Bustling elders workers off parents wheeled. Corner spot overheard flows. Jason owes town-wide. Robert covered years. Odd lavish on salary. Info diffused as foreseen. Town's process swift truth fiction sift communal. Device rang leaving. Neighbor Mrs. Ellis. 22 years adjacent. Robert? Hope no bother, shouting at house recent. Jason mostly Sarah too. Cops cruised thrice yesterday. Thanks watch, Mrs. Ellis. Safe need go worry. Concern genuine community varied. Fine day by day. Dusk suite reviewed dialogues. Pressure organic, no spite. Injustice recognized plain. Device rang. Unknown area code Jason's lender likely, voicemail. This Marcus Lee Summit. Lending, seek Jason Ellis, re-overdue, call soon. Called me via listed address deception. More proof intent my debt burden. Erased updated file today's. Should have foreseen retaliation. Jason never yielded quiet. Wednesday morn, peaceful start. Statements over Joe when calls surged. Bill store first. Mrs. Wilkins, Pastor Jenkins. Same alert Jason town circuit, alternate tale. Robert no claims. Bill's ire controlled. Here hour ago loud you deserted sans warn. Promised eternal care spite reversed. Exact, mental break. Evicted, 'cause Sarah denied control. Paused. Claims can health crisis needing funds you deny. Thanked hung. Mind implications. Jason desperate PR launch creditor. Heat intensifying. Next confirmed, Mr. Hayes Detective Ramirez. Heads up. Jason here mourn complaining elder mistreat. Says bank manipulates poor choices. Nonsense. Demanded med proof witnesses can't, but record attempt incompetence. 30 Min's device rang. Sarah. Dad answer. Angry but unknowns. Voice tear thick. Pregnant dad. Stress sickens. Doc warns loss if no calm. Gut twist, familiar vulnerability, exploit years. But tone rehearsed, calculated, desperate. Congrats pregnancy. When learned, week prior chaos. Broke artfully. Can't lose baby over funds. You said kin first. Kin does. Hence, $70,000 education, $30,000 wedding. Now grandchild. Query suspended. If true crisis actions ripple, but timing suspect. Manipulation honed. Sarah doctor for issues on pause. Appointment soon. Which? Dr. Thompson Family Clinic. New Dr. Thompson. Elena's doc years. Call office aid costs. Dad no need call. If true emergency grandchild help, Dr. Thompson best. Voice sharp. Can't call doc. Private. Right. Have her contact payment. Call cut. Hour later, downtown stroll spotted Jason outside Riverside Savings. Loud to listeners, edge recognized. Lost mind to cluster. Paranoid elder thinks theft. Booted pregnant son from home nil. Approached calm. Crowd noted me pre-Jason expressions shift, recognizing rant target. Jason whirled, face crimson. There, family deserter. Hello, Jason. Level. Betting debts progress. Blow landed physical. Murmurs puzzle fit. Insane. Spluttered. No idea. $22,000 per Detective Ramirez. Summit Ridge Blackjack. Crowd. Stunning loss when not self-pay living. Face purpled. Advance towering. You demented coot. Can't. Document every cent, 6 years support. Cut. Your wages, doc. Crowd absorbed. Jason lost narrative. Come on. Growled through. Not done, Robert. Watched storm phones out. Tail viral hour. Back in documented day. Jason's assault failing lies scrutiny. Town new character disbelieved incompetence desertion. But pregnancy concern. If real complex. Needed verify pre-move. Dialed Dr. Thompson office. If emergency aid but no fake crisis play. Jason's threats crossed. Returned in called Detective Ramirez. Ed talk need. Jason's pattern escalation worries. House says. Public confront threats, witnesses, demeanor control loss. Window downtown. File complaint protection explore. Tomorrow morn, dock spring. But no wait. Oakwood manager Tom Klein knocked hour later. Mr. Hayes yeller lot earlier returned 30 mins ago. Lingered door 10 mins left. Guests uneasy. Tom ex-marine trouble spotter. Specifics. Mumbled fool lessons. Video. Yes if police. Footage proof threat private. Provide cops. Sure, no intimidate seniors. Next morn precinct with Tom's drive timeline, Jason escalate. Ramirez reviewed thorough. Robert intimidation pattern clear. With bank witness restraining grounds. Involve ban 500 feet, you, property, breach arrest. Ed leaned. More Jason lawyer Friday adverse possession. Chilled. Squatter rights. Yes. Research claim ownership continuous live. Grim. State needs 7 years hostile. There, 4. Planned wait 3 file. Stunned. Jason not freeload long plot steal home legal. Claim legit. None. Hostile sans permission. You allowed no rent, tax, no basis. File out. Shows pre-med. Years theft plan. Order quotes fast track evidence afternoon. Left understanding. Jason character. Soda not dominance, deception, sustain, culminate home theft. Parking contact scroll. Strategic calls. First Marcus Lee Summit. Lending caller my number. Mr. Lee return re Jason Ellis. Clarify no live, my address, no property claim. Listed residence apps. Guest. Evicted last. If Seek works Ridge Auto on Route 12. Second Continental Recovery. Robert Hayes calls Jason debts. Clarify no ownership my asset, no reside. Each brief factual. No pay, no personal, just address, correct deception evade. Noon 6 agencies. Jason's cards tumble. Afternoon judge signed order. Jason Ellis barred 500 feet, me/property. Breach arrest, jail. Drove Oakwood justice satisfaction. Jason 3 years plot steal. Now can't near legally. Device buzz unknown text. Not over elder. Forwarded Ramirez blocked. Evidence habit. Tuesday morn filed order. By midday Jason world crumble multi. Clerk stamped final authoritative. Mr. Hayes immediate effect contact approach violation. Thanked car knowing deputy serve hours. Device ringing. Robert Mike Turner Ridge Auto. Jason's superior upright built dealership trust. Direct ask Jason's claims true. What? Breakdown evicted dementia health crisis refuse aid. Skeptic. Mike known 25 years doesn't match man aided your daughter's first loan. Mike Jason ultimatum obey or leave. Left. No crisis faculties find banker attorney detective confirm. Pause. Feared. Robert 3 clients today, Jason debts, 1 casino spot, business impact. Understand. Must terminate. No controversy, customers trust big buys. 25 mins later, brew. Haven Joe saw first collector at former Home Continental door magnet. Spoken Friday false address. Device rang. Sarah. Dad men house Jason debts, assets income probe. Panic reel. Told. Truth Jason, no own, no live. But Garnish sees talk. Dad confuse. Son borrow unrepay consequences. Owes $22,000. How? Unaware full. Betting, Summit Ridge per Ramirez. Silence then soft. Said overtime nights. Sorry learned thus, Sarah. Deputy 2. Served Jason papers, ranting throwing since. Order. Jason realizing options gone. Dad talks Fleetown. Nothing left. Cracked. What do? Decide Jason, true not hoped. Evening parked street opposite former home chaos watch. 3 creditor visits day. Mrs. Ellis waved sad. Window Jason. Sarah argue. Gestures aggressive desperate. Hers defensive scared. Marriage my finance built crumble reality intrude. Device buzz. Tom Oakwood text. Guy tried entry again told order. Left angry. Forwarded Ramirez. Violation hours served. Desperation reckless, dangerous predictable. Desperate debtor jobless. Legal woes options few. Face adult or flee. Jason character flee likely. Drove Oakwood implications. Jason bolt creditors. Sarah join loyal deceiver years, or see clear choose different consequences theirs. 6 years shielded reality. Ended day chose dignity over demands. Chose dignity. They path now. 3 days desperation watch sufficed. Called Sarah Friday morn meet cafe. Her alone. Can't leave Jason now, Dad. Struggling all. Then nothing discuss. Order bars near him. Pause long. Where meet out? Central Cafe 300 Rear Nook. Private talk. Arrived early Nook street away. Focus words no car glances. Sarah arrived seeming beyond 30. Stress creases purse fidget. Sat opposite immediate talk. Dad no mad, but Jason jobless collectors relentless. Phone constant. Doors demand funds absent. Waited, finish, calm, speak. Offer 1 dignity end chance, Sarah. Means, truth, public acknowledge. Full reveal support extent, honest leave, why. Flush. Humiliate town front. Truth tell. Difference. Acknowledge kind. 2 days justice ponder. Church share Sunday sharing. Editor letter Gazette. Social post all connects visible. Details education wedding loan ultimatum. Dad people think father loved sacrifice retirement your joy taken granted gone. Sarah stared untouched brew. Jason. No equation me involve. Order permanent. Stay wed your call. but means him over me relation. Choose husband father. Choose threatener over razor. Equate tells drift far. Quiet process. House, generations ours. To State Heroes Shelter Program. 4 vet families reside. Understand service, sacrifice true. Hit physical. Will altered, witnessed, signed attorney filed. Gentle firm. Even perfect comply house not yours. Final. Why? Reconcile love base not inherit expect. 6 years convenient fund. See if beyond money us. Tears real not accustomed manipulate. Sorry, Dad. Never meant far. Sorry insufficient now, son. Town watched you Jason servant treat my home. Watched choose demands over dignity. Words mere. Need actions. If can't front admit wrong. Live choice consequences. Jason likely flee creditors. Such men run hard. Go with rebuild elsewhere or stay honest rebuild. If do as time may be real relation build not money guilt obligate, but adult mutual respect. Sarah napkin wiped eyes. Decide time. Sunday morn, service 9:30. Not their truth, no choice. Stood slow, fragile older arrive. Dad forgive possible. Looked son really glimpses boy. Dandelion crowns braid demand tails valiant knights. Forgive trust differ, Sarah. Forgave decide leave not fight, but trust earn back honest action time. Nodded door toward walked shoulders, decision wait life determine. Stayed nook watch drive, Sunday 3 days. Then no son, courage, truth over ease, responsibility over undeserved loyalty. Sunday morn clear chill. Entered grace. Wonder Sarah courage truth, hall fuller usual. Word family share round. Regular seat 4 rows front weighted. Pastor Jenkins hymns readings familiar but congregation energy anticipate. Sharing time. Sarah rose rear. Small aisle walk steps steady. Podium grip edges faced lifelong known. Need share important my father so voice clear silent hall. Past 6 years Robert Hayes financial support. My wife me. Paid $180,000 education could state school. Paid $30,000 wedding wife family couldn't. Murmurs ripple. Specifics sacrifices clear picture. Gave family home parents legacy lived mother 25 years. Couldn't loan he did. Groceries utilities auto cover all while pension live. Voice firm continue. Month ago father wooden servant Jason orders ultimatum gave. Obey or leave own house. Dad left over dignity surrender. Hall silent utter. Even elders sensed weight. Stood watched wife disrespect man sacrifice retirement our ease. Chose loyalty threatener over razor. Love patience. Tears free voice clear. Here cause father last chance truth over pride. Wrong. Jason wrong. Father gratitude respect deserve gave demands instead. Direct look me. Dad sorry not enough through put. Hope start. Congregation supportive murmurs as Sarah seat return. Pastor podium eyes moist. Hardest courage public mistake admit. Sarah showed father dignity pressure shown. The post-service approaches hugs grips support words. Mrs. Wilkins hand squeeze. Suspected financial help Robert. Unknown repay kindness how. Bill store shoulder clap. Character real did. Boundaries family hard. Meaningful Sarah outside church approach. Gazette letter Wednesday run. Social post tonight up. Hesitate. Jason Town left yesterday truck packed work while gone. No address note nil. Unsurprised. Such men consequence confront run. Sorry marriage end way. Not quiet. Divorce filed mourn. Used my cards betting sons tell. Debts worse thought. 4 months later stood yard former family home watch. 4 vet families moved transitional units state heroes shelter created. Home remodeled separate suites privacy each commons share. Captain Luis Ramirez fresh tour guided 3 kids donated play gear local firms. Mr. Hayes chance all means thanks vet choice gift. Vets sacrifice grasp reply. Home serve earned. Own life. Peaceful patterns. Hill Cottage, bought funds. No longer ungrateful drain. Morn brew porch. Lakeview overlook. PM hikes Eve, puzzles, simple joys, luxurious post years, stress, finance, drama kin. Cottage. Cozy needs suit, 3 rooms, kitchen, real meals, cook. Not constant takeout, path trail, launch walks. Device buzz. Sarah text, Dad, 4 months therapy, learn healthy bonds much. Try tea sometime. Trust, earn back chat time. Smiled Lakeview Eagle Hunt edges. Sarah word kept public. Paper letter thorough honest. Social post dozens support comments, community real tail grasp. Key responsibility take rebuild not forgive expect sans work. Typed tea good. Friday morn cafe. Immediate. There, Dad, thanks, not total give up me. Device aside, watched eagle water rise, pray clause. Patience, dignity, reward, sometimes wait seem eternal. Sundip. Hills Lake, paint amber crimson. Distance, laughter, kids, heroes, complex families, new lives, build home. Learn generosity, enable, differ. Justice done, dignity kept, maybe son. Ready, father trust, earn honest work, not emotion. Play, worth wait. If story like video like, please channel subscribe, comments, share story thoughts. Next story, listen right, box click. Watch, thanks.